Hello everyone, Johnny Minder here, and today we are continuing to learn Japanese with Super Mario World, in particular the Super Mario Advance 2 version. Last time we started checking out the enemy list as seen after finishing the game, because the previous time we had finished the game and we got to see that, but of course we hadn't had the time to check it. So yeah, last time we actually started doing so. We're around at half of it. We also started the special zone. So yeah, today we'll first and foremost finish the enemy list. And then we'll continue the special zone. We'll see how far we can get into that. Yeah, without further ado, let's start. Yeah, here's the enemy list. This is the start of it. I quickly show it, but this we have checked last time. As you can see, up to this one. Yeah, so today we'll start with this. First and foremost, we have, the easiest one, we have Buku Buku. And yeah, it's Chip Chip. Chip Chip's Japanese name. And as you might have guessed already, based on also what we have seen last time and in general, with the repetition of the same word, we have an onomatopoeia. This one, well, technically has two meanings. The first one is bulging, swelling, for example, with water, but also loose fitting or baggy of clothing. But yeah, in our case, it's the second meaning, which is straight up bubbling, foaming. And again, like most of these onomatopoeias, the ones with the repetition, most if not all, but I think there might be some exceptions. But yeah, most are accented on the first mora. So yeah, on the first buku buku, high, and everything else low. Let me quickly check though, because I do remember. Yeah, these actually should be this is technically the name of a variety of Chip Chip, in English called Blurp, that I completely forgot, to be completely honest. Because yeah, the Japanese name of Chip Chips, the regular ones, is actually Puku Puku. You might notice there's the similarity between the two. And yeah, Puku Puku means bubblingly, foamingly, sinking or rising while giving off bubbles. The accent is the same, of course. Actually, never mind. The accent actually moves technically, according also to the online dictionary plus plugin combo. But actually, most likely it's simply because the first having unvoiced consonants, in this case, the first U of the pu is barely heard, if at all. And so yeah, since some keep it, but usually you move the accent, you don't keep the accent on syllables where the vowel is barely heard, if at all, then the accent moves to the closest one. In this case, of course, can go before, so it goes to the following mora. So yeah, on the ku, But yeah, most likely just because of that rule. Puku puku. Puku puku. While in the case of buku buku, the U is heard properly because B is voiced, unlike K, and unlike B. So yeah. You might have noticed that the meaning is the same. By the way, puku puku also has the meaning cute and chubby, pudgy, puffed up. But yeah, in our case, clearly, of course, bubbingly, foamingly. You might have noticed that, yeah, the meaning is practically the same. The actual difference is that can be seen better with other onomatopoeias, but it's a general rule that when you have a variant of onomatopoeias identical except for an unvoiced or voiced consonant, the unvoiced one is a lighter action. The voiced one is more intense. The classic example, for example, I think that one we might have seen, or at least I've mentioned, we have seen one of those words, I think, and then I mentioned the other one with koro koro. The rolling, long rolling over and over. But we also have goro goro. Yeah, the difference is, I think we might have seen it because of, in Pokemon Snap, because of Pokemon there, but we'll see that again when the time comes. But yeah, goro goro has other meanings, but when it means rolling, it's the rolling of something large and heavy. So yeah, you can see better there the difference, but yeah, technically it applies also here. Of course, in this case, more than anything, simply because they wanted to give a similar name related to puku puku, which is again the Japanese name of chip chips, the regular ones. Let me quickly. Okay. But yeah, so here mostly just for that reason, not for the rule we have seen. After that, we have fugu mannen. Well, first and foremost, you might have already noticed fugu, which is the Japanese name for pufferfish. Okay, not sure what. We should be back. Yeah, not sure what happened there. Got an error. But yeah, as I was saying, the name of this enemy is Fugu Mannen. And yeah, you might have heard it. Also in English, I definitely have heard it kept as is in Italian, Fugu. Because yeah, it's pufferfish. And yeah, it's infamous because of it's eaten, can be eaten, but only if you are careful in its preparation, because of it has poison. So yeah, it's you have to prepare it properly to avoid that. After that, we have mannen, which is well, literally would mean 10,000 years. Technically a Chinese compound, but more in this case actually more like a numeral plus counter combination. Nen is the counter for years. And so it's of Chinese origin, and yeah, so we use the Chinese numerals. Not that it applies, it matters in this case, because yeah, we wouldn't have the numerals above 10 of strictly Japanese origin anyway. So yeah, literally 10,000 years. But yeah, by extension, then it becomes an eternity, because yeah, the 10,000 is used in Chinese and then in Japanese simply to point out not exactly necessarily 10,000 years, but a really long period of time. Yeah, so eternity. I used, I see also as a prefix, technically, perennial, perpetual. And yeah, literally would be pufferfish of 10,000 years. I see that it actually, yeah, according to Bulbapedia, Mario Wiki, I was still in the Pokemon mentality as because I mentioned Pokemon Snap before. But yeah, it might be a reference also to the Japanese name of an enemy from Super Mario Bros. 2, as in Super Mario USA in Japanese. So yeah, the Super Mario Bros. 2 everyone else got outside of Japan. But we'll see that potentially when we play that. But yeah, after that we have Unira. Yeah, pretty easy this one, since it's straight up simply the Japanese... sorry, let me open it. It comes from the first part. Yeah, as I was mentioning, the first part is pretty easy, the uni, because yeah, it's actually the straight up the Japanese word for sea urchin, which this enemy is clearly uni. Accent on the first syllable, so yeah, uni. Then we have this ra suffix. According to Mario Wiki, is a common suffix for monster names. Yeah, so simply a suffix added to make it a proper name instead of keeping it simply as uni. And so literally just sea urchin. Oh yeah. After that, we have, well, first, by going in order, we are going overall. We might have some exceptions from top to bottom, left to right, as we have seen so far. We have this one. Gooska, which funny enough is called Rip Van Fish in English. Quite an annoying character. And actually it's a name in, we have another case, I think we had seen one more of these last time. The double O is actually double O as in English, so actually a long U. So yeah, unfortunate that they romanized it this way, so it's more ambiguous, but yeah, I got the confirmation here on Mario Wiki. Gusuka. yeah, this one technically is another onomatopoeia straight up. For soundly of sleeping like a log. Yeah, so simply that. I can see the accent there. I doubt I'll find it on the physical dictionary, but we'll check quickly. There you got a preview, an accidental preview of the next set of enemies. But yeah, let's quickly check if I can find it. I have doubts, even on the physical dictionary. Guska. And yeah, no. It isn't present, unsurprisingly, since yeah, it's an onomatopoeia, but yeah. Not a particularly common term. Last but not least, we're simply torpedo. So yeah, I think straight up, yeah, straight up from English. Funny enough, in Japan, in English, it's they added torpedo Ted. Yeah, in English. Simply torpedo. So yeah, the same as in English with just the long vowel for the O instead of or, because yeah, they don't have such sounds in Japanese, so they do just like English varieties without those sounds, so long vowels. And then the long vowel for the P, of course. Unfortunately, you can find the accent of that there, because technically it's not used. Let me quickly see if at least that technically could be in the physical dictionary, even though I doubt it. Yep, nope. So yeah, my guess would be keep the English accent. So yeah, same position. So yeah. Torpedo. So yeah, on the P, would I'd say. Oh yeah, we can continue. And we have this. First and foremost, Teresa. Not sure why they romanized it with an L here. But yeah, that's whose Japanese name. And yeah, even without checking it, although I would like to open the next one then, because yeah, in this case we of course checked and immediately the related one below it, Atomic Teresa. But yeah, whose Japanese name is Teresa. And yeah, it comes from the verb tereru. We check its accent, but it means to be shy, to be bashful, to feel awkward, to feel embarrassed. I'd say the fundamental meanings to be shy, to be embarrassed. It's the intransitive form of the verb. Accented. Yeah, okay. And then we have this sa. My guess would be maybe just a suffix like that, like we have seen the other ones, but yeah, in this case, most likely, even though it's the suffix that usually is used with adjectives, it could be used in this case simply for even though you shouldn't use it with verbs usually. But it might be related anyway. For the meaning ness. So yeah, technica is another nominalizing suffix, but as mentioned for adjectives, to indicate their degree or condition. A classic one, for example, takai, high, and also by extension then expensive. We should be able to make takasa. Wonder if it be present also. Yes, it is also in the online dictionary. The accent is moved in this case when you add a sa. It moves on the. It's on the third to last mora. So yeah, on the ta in this case. Moves one before compared to the adjective in its dictionary form. Takai, low, high, low. Takasa, high, low, low. But yeah, I'll quickly check if it's actually mentioned what Mario Wiki says. Just to be sure. I hope we won't have issues here. Let's see if it opens. Okay, perfect. But yeah, technically, Mario Wiki mentions what I said about the tereru. In particular, though, from tere ya, according to them, where you simply add to tereru, as mentioned, ya, which in this case is a suffix technically from for someone with a certain personality trait. Yeah, as we see, is usually used more for shops, stores. By extension, someone who sells or something or works as something. But then, by further extensions, someone with that a personality trait. Cioè, in our case, tereya, a shy person, a very shy person, technically, bashful person, accented also on the re, so just like tereru, luckily. Here, most likely, actually, before the ya as a suffix, or on the last syllable of on the last more, to be specific in this case, of the first part of the compound, if you see it as a compound. But yeah, in this case, let's say it could be simply, I can actually quickly check ya as a suffix if I can find it. In the physical dictionary, yeah, that one I should find. Nope, actually not present in the list of the suffixes, but yeah, actually, because I think there is quite a lot of variation, unfortunately. But yeah, in our case, tereya, technically, low, high, low. But yeah, then mention simply the sa, as already said, technically the nominalizer suffix, nominalizing suffix for adjectives usually, so be careful. But yeah, after that we simply have at the bottom, immediately below it, atomic Teresa for the big boo. And yeah, you might have heard before the name Atomic Boo in other Mario games. And yeah, so actually this is the name in Japanese. I think always. I'll quickly check though. well, not always, but yeah, it is one of the variants, and yeah, as we can see here, also in this game, yeah, simply technically atomic from English. Want to see if I can actually find the accent of that. Definitely not like that, because I added an O. Okay. Okay. The accent would be atomiku on the mi in Japanese. And yes, so technically shouldn't be the same as English, but I'll quickly check just to be completely sure. Because sometimes there are variants, but yeah, no, usually it's atomic, as mentioned. So in this case, it could be either that technically it comes from a different language. Could be German, for example. There are some German words in Japanese, technically with the same pronunciation, also from French, or Japanese simply moved it for some unknown reason. But yeah, my guess would be more likely that it's because it comes actually from a different language. But yeah, be careful. Atomiku in Japanese. Also the doubling of the consonant. But yeah, atomiku. After that, we have well, we mentioned quickly the other one at the bottom, tere souls. We check it out in from Mario Wiki, even though, well, the tere is of course from Tereru again, as mentioned. These are called iri, simply in English. Yeah, so actually you lose the relation. Yeah, the saus after is actually sauru su. So yeah, it's actually clearer in Japanese, its origin. Well, yeah. First we have tere, technically tere on its own, but you can also add the sa after. And works for both the first part and the second one. So again, Teresa, Boo's Japanese name. And then Saurusu, as actually Saurus, as in, well, technically comes from Greek, as it mentions there, lizard, but yeah, it's the classical suffix for dinosaurs. So yeah, unfortunately with this romanization, untypical romanization with the L's instead of R's, it's less clear. It's clearer in Japanese. Yeah, so literally simply Bu dinosaur. Bu dinosaurs. But yeah, last but not least, we have that spook. Yeah, in this case, I'm pretty sure it's called fishing boo in English. Funny enough, they changed it. There they made it related to booze. Yeah, in Japanese it's simply spook, from English spooku, so with the long vowel. The U at the end because K can stay on its own as usual. Also for the su technically. The one in the zoo is barely heard if at all because it's between unvoiced consonants, as already mentioned. Can find the accent there. My guess would be simply like in English on the poo. Spooku. But yeah, with that we can proceed. And yeah, we have now part here. Technically, we could start with the Dry Bones Japanese name, but I'd say it's worth mentioning first and foremost Hone Met, because this one we have actually seen in part also before, last time. The Met, as we have seen, actually Metto in Japanese would be, but yeah, it's an abbreviation of helmet. Metto on its own, the abbreviation of helmet, is the Japanese name of Buzzy Beetles. Again, unsurprisingly, in English they're called Bony Beetles because, yeah, the other part, the new one, is Hone, which means bone in Japanese. Actually, accent on the last syllable, so Hone. So yeah, Hone Metto. Bone, Buzzy Beetle, so yeah, Bony Beetle become, they translated it as in English. Yeah, it's the same. Then we have the Japanese name of Dry Bones, Caron. This one I'll open to see what Mario Wiki, to see what they fully mention. I've seen it before, and the first part is clear also without checking again. Because, yeah, the car, technically, only that, would come from Kara. Well, actually, Karon seems to be from Karan Koron, specifically. And good thing, so we checked. Which is, well, in our case, yeah, it would be an onomatopoeia, as you might guess. Here in Mario Wiki says an onomatopoeia for clattering. According to the plugin, it says clip clop, especially of Geta. Jingle jangle of an old-fashioned shop doorbell, or clink clink, especially of metal on glass, clink clank. But yeah, as you can see, most of these are related to some kind of clattering, so yeah, makes sense. Oh yeah, then simply abbreviated Karankoron, Karon. What I was thinking of was actually, but we'll see it, and I think they might have actually thought about it also when they translated its name in English, of Karakara. This one we'll see actually in Mario games in the future. Accent on the first syllable, this one. Unfortunately, Karankoron, I couldn't find it. I doubt it's in the physical dictionary. Yeah, Karakara, accent on the first syllable as usual for these repeated ones. It means parched, dried up, bone dry, and yeah, you can see why then. We see it, for example, in the name of Dry Desert in future Mario games, but yeah, we'll see that again when the time comes. Most likely still related, but yeah, this one makes more sense as mentioned by Mario Wiki from Karankoron specifically. Then we have Kesseran. Let's check that up. This one I'm not, well, actually, yeah. It's technical, it's from the Kesseran Passaran, which has two meanings. One is a flock from a vine seed weed, which was used actually for face powder and believed to promote desire and happiness. But in our case, actually, is the second meaning that interests us, which is technically an animal from popular folklore with a white, fluffy down made from dandelions and rabbit's tail, resembling a fluffy hairball. So yeah, technically, it's the second meaning. And yeah, despite this being apparently, and they're called like Little Sparky in English, but also here we can, they look like they're made of electricity or something like along those lines. But yeah, their Japanese name actually comes from them being similar to this puffball creature. So yeah, it's funny. But yeah, that's the origin. That one I don't think I've actually seen. I've barely seen before. I didn't remember it at all. Then we have the related, of course, for the big variant, Passaran. First and foremost, of course, well, we have already mentioned Kesseran. Passaran is the full name of the creature. So yeah, it's simply the second part. So yeah, the first one for the smaller variant, and then the second one for the bigger one. Okay, last but not least, for this page, we have two clearly related, both in aspect but also in name, as you can see. First and foremost, we have Thwomp Dossoon. We'll open the Mario Wiki page, but I can already mention that first and foremost, despite not being marked here, there's actually the doubling of the consonant Dossoon. Usually in its name. Here, most likely actually because Dossoon on its own, so without the doubling, is an onomatopoeia, as you might have guessed, which means bam, whomp, thump. So yeah, unsurprisingly, so that then becomes the name, usually with the doubling of the consonant to just not make it straight up the onomatopoeia, even though sometimes they don't care, but sometimes they further stylize it in such ways as we have seen with longer vowels, doubling of consonants, and so on. Oh yeah, simply from that. The accent of Dossoon is actually on the su. So we simply have to remember it, unfortunately. Dossoon. Low, high, low. And then we have this cotton for the thwimp in English. So yeah, even clearer there that they are related. But yeah, cotton, as you might have guessed, another onomatopoeia for a clunk or a thump. Notice again the accent on the second mora, so on the to, cotton, low, high, low again. Maybe the ko, they chose this one for the smaller one also because of the ko at the start. As we have seen, ko used as a prefix means small. Also, there's ko used on its own with a different kanji technically, which means child, children. But yeah, as a prefix small, we have seen it in this very game for Kokuppa. Small Bowser, literally, but yeah, the Japanese name of Koopalings. Oh yeah, we can continue then. Yeah, we have first we have you might have guessed it, going from the top left, more onomatopoeias. Guru Guru. This one I've mentioned before, also because it's the Japanese name of an anime and manga series. Accent on the first syllable again, the first more. Guru Guru, high and everything else slow. Turning round and round in circles, wrapping around, winding around. There's also the variant with Kuru Kuru, with the unvoiced consonant, so without the Dakuten, for, as mentioned, a less intense action. Yeah, Kuru Kuru, same meaning in this case, also some extended ones, but yeah, simply whirling, revolving, spinning. Yeah, a small, with a smaller intensity technically. That's the rule as we have mentioned. Then we have Gari Gari. Yeah, another onomatopoeia. Technically, there's another word for Gari Gari, but it's unrelated. Let's focus on this one. Gari Gari. Not mentioned there the accent. My guess would be accented on the first mora, just like as usual. I doubt I find it on the physical dictionary, but let's see. Also would distinguish it from that other word with the same pronunciation technically. Yeah, actually, this time the physical dictionary has it, both the variant, the unvoiced variant, so Kari Kari, and this one Gari Gari. It helps to distinguish it also from the other one, as mentioned. Yeah, the meaning is crunching, chewing or crushing something hard, also scraping, scratching. I get another extended ones, but yeah, in our case, of course, because it's the sound that these do technically while they move. Should be the same for Kari Kari. I'll quickly search it, but yeah. Yeah, technically Kari Kari would be crisp, for example, potato chip, fried fish, and so on. Crunchy. But yeah, in our case, of course, it makes more noise than a simple crunch. Hello, Charlie7. Nice to see you here. So yeah, it makes clearly more noise than a simple crunch when you eat potato chips and so on. So yeah, unsurprisingly, we use the voiced variant here. After that, we have Kameku. Majikupa, technically, is Japanese name here. But yeah, we know it already, and I've also mentioned it before. Because yeah, we know it also because we have the character, the individual character called Kamek in English. But yeah, in Japanese, they don't distinguish it straight up. Also, regular Majikupas are called Kameku. Notice the doubling of the consonant, Kameku. Here not present, unfortunately, in this romanization. Yeah, first and foremost comes from Kame. This much I think we have actually mentioned also last time because of Mantogame, there with the voicing because it's the second part of a compound and it's of strictly Japanese origin. But yeah, here in its regular form, kame, tortoise, turtle. And then this double consonant ku at the end, yeah, most likely actually comes from Magiku, as mentions also Mario Wiki. Magic from English. Notice though that the accent is on the G in Japanese, so be careful. Technically, you could say again from another language, magique, from French, for example, wouldn't change the G because nowadays G and G are variants of the same of she with the voicing, and only some words use chi with the voicing. But actually they fused the two sounds are variants of the same mora. But yeah, either way, the accent is on the G, so be careful. Even clearer when you see it written in Japanese, Majiku, and so yeah, Kame-ku. You simply repeat fuse Kame and Majiku. Then we have simply fishbone, straight up like in English. I quickly check it though. No, it's straight up also in Japanese, fishbone, even when written in kana. The accent for fish is on the fi, like in English, fishu. Notice also the doubling of the consonant, though, fishu, and then bone, which, bone from English. The accent isn't present there. I'll quickly check if it's present also in the physical dictionary, even though I have doubts, because, of course, usually you wouldn't use the English word. We have hone, as mentioned, actually, hone, accent on the last syllable, as mentioned. For bone, the strictly Japanese word. But yeah, even if I can't find it, I'll quickly check though. Most likely the accent should be on, just like in English, my guess would be. Yeah, no, I don't see it. So yeah, I'd say simply on the bow, like in English. Oh yeah, with that we can actually continue. Well, here we have Bui Bui. We've already mentioned it, so not much to say again, but I repeat it. Actually, most likely comes from Boom Boom, the Japanese name of Boom Boom, the mini-boss from Super Mario Bros. 3, simply by replacing the N at the end with E. Oh yeah, most likely they're related technically because yeah, this is the mini boss, the boss of the fortresses in this game. Then we have Mecha Koopa. Actually, I suspect that it's Mecha Koopa, but we'll check. Well, the mecha part is clearly from mecha, an abbreviation of mechanism, can also be of mechanics, technically, mechanic. And then by extension, machines, mechanical equipment, but yeah, clearly an abbreviation of mechanics, or mechanism, from English. Mecha on its own accented on the first mora, so mecha, high-low, pretty easy. And yeah, in Japanese actually would be, that Koopa is actually Koopa. So yeah, the Japanese name of Bowser which, by the way, as a reminder, actually Koopa is the name of Koopa. As you might hear, I pronounce it again. It's a Korean name of a Korean dish. Koopa. Koopa. And yeah, it's similar without some specifics of the Korean name, but still pretty similar. And yeah, literally it would be the Korean rice soup according to the plugin. Yeah, it's simply the Japanese name of Bowser. I'm not sure. I don't remember if I've ever heard why they actually called him based on this Korean dish in Japanese. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, accented, by the way, the term, the dish, on the first syllable, Koopa. Yeah, most likely then also for Bowser's Japanese name. Technically, you could say that in this case it becomes a compound Mecha Koopa. The accent, I'd say usual, like usual, we have seen some instances of that already, straight up confirmed by the dictionary. The accent that is kept should be usually the one of the second word part of the compound, when we have such compounds from technically two distinct words, but then combined into one like this, and usually with English involved, like in Star Road, as we have seen throughout this game. But yeah, simply so. Mecha Bowser, actually. So yeah, that Mecha Koopa, because yeah, they're actually called Mecha Koopa in English. In Japanese, it's actually Mecha Bowser. So yeah. Then, last but not least, we have these. And yeah, we simply have the names of the bosses. As you can see here, the Japanese names of the Koopalings are the same as in English, because yeah, they come from English. This you might have heard of all singers and so on, if I recall correctly. The only difference is, of course, Koopa. Actually, Koopa, as mentioned, from the Korean dish for Bowser's Japanese name. But yeah, that's it. We've checked all these, the names of the enemies shown at the end of the game. We'll take our usual break of around 5 minutes now. And when we'll be back, we'll actually continue playing the game. We'll start doing so tonight for this stream. And yeah, we'll continue Special Zone. So yeah, see you in around 5 minutes. And we are back. Yeah, so we can actually start the game. I quickly show our progress. By the way, I finally checked what the stars mean, or better, how you get them. It's actually completely unrelated to your progress in game, as in how many levels you have played, if you have finished the game and so on. It's straight up simply related to your score. You get 1 star for each million you get. So as you can see, we have 2,500,010 points as the top score. And yeah, so 2 million, 2 stars. So yeah, I finally checked that.
Here we go! Super Mario!
Here's our actual progress in game. As you can see, we're in the special zone. And we got 90 exits. We continue. Let me quickly check also here. Let me see a certain something. Okay, no, nothing. Yeah, you can see, by the way, flashing our current position. Yeah, pretty sure that's the meaning of that. Yeah. Check, but we have the same number for Mario and Luigi. Oh yeah, we can play this level. First, of course, we'll check it out. Its name. Longer than the previous one. As you have seen last time, I quickly show it again. This had this name Otanoshimi Kosu. So yeah, fun courses 1 and 2. This one is actually called Mario Staff mo Bikkuri Kosu Ichi. And yeah, first and foremost, yeah, way longer, and you might have noticed the difference also because of that. Well, Mario, as in Mario's name, then Staffu. You can easily guess, based on the pronunciation, yeah, it's staff from English. Yeah, literally Mario staff, the Mario staff, as in, of course, in this case, those who worked on these at the very least, or Mario games in general. The axe, notice the doubling of the consonant for the staffu. Unlike English, well, technically in English it's written with 2 Fs, but of course it's not pronounced as such. In Japanese, actually, it is. Additional U at the end, because the F can stay on its own. The Su, also with an additional U, but also barely heard if at all, because it's between unvoiced consonants. So, even closer to English. The accent is just like English, so on the staffu. Then we have the inclusive particle mo, also even. No, again we can hear the ground music from Super Mario Bros. By the way. But yeah, mo, also even. And then we have Bikkuri. I don't remember if we've seen this one in particular. I think we have seen at least one of these. Actually, the accent isn't present there, by the way, so I'll check it to see if it's regular or not. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we have seen at least one of these words. Technically, adverbs. Even more specifically, onomatopoeias ending in "ri." Because yeah, there are more. There isn't just this one. There are more than. There are several. Usually, the rule would be, if I recall correctly, that the accent is before "ri" itself, But we'll check on the physical dictionary. This one, I hope, will be present, like other ones. We might have seen before, I mentioned it quickly, even though I'm not sure, but it's still worth mentioning regardless. Pittari as another example of an adverb and an onomatopoeia with ri at the end. And yeah, there the accent, as also confirmed by the online dictionary plus plugin combination, is on the ta. So yeah, the more, I'd say more likely syllable immediately before the ri. So yeah, in our case, pittari, low, high, high, and then low, the ri itself. Pittari means tightly, closely, but more often than not, actually, exactly, precisely related. As you can see why. By extension, also perfectly suited, ideally. Also, another meaning would be suddenly stopping, but yeah, more often than not, you hear it for pittari, for perfectly suited, ideally, or exactly, precisely. But yeah, I wanted to check bikkuri while I was searching it. And yeah, luckily, well, technically, by the way, bikkuri would have kanji, but they're simply, it's a Chinese, most likely originally actually, the two kanji, a Chinese compound, but used in Japanese, in Chinese. And then the Japanese most likely simply put their own Japanese word, they assigned it to that, even though, yeah, you can't divide those two kanji with one with bitsu, in this case most likely, or biku, and kuri, yeah, no, or anything like that, no. Straight up simply assigned. Doesn't matter nowadays, but it was because luckily it's written in kana alone anyway. But yeah, it was worth mentioning the difference. For pittari, for example, it's straight up there isn't even that issue, but yeah, it was a curiosity. But yeah, I've checked out, so yeah, actually bikkuri also accented before the ri, so yeah, bikkuri, low, high, high, low. The rule, luckily, is still applied in that case. Okay. Hope we'll be back here. Not sure why. I'm not sure what is happening there. But yeah, regardless, bikkuri means well, technically I mentioned an adverb, but also can be made into a verb by adding suru. And so with the meanings to be surprised, to be amazed, to be frightened, technically, to be astonished, to get startled, to jump. But yeah, fundamental meanings, I'd say, to be surprised or to get startled, and then the other ones related to those. But yeah, then we have simply course, the usual course. Not sure why having that. Yeah, I'm seeing that. Okay, hope we are fine now. Yeah, hope we're fine. But yeah. Course from English. And yeah, it's quite a fun game, Super Mario Advance while the full series in this particular case, Super Mario Advance 2, so Super Mario World. Yeah, by the way, nice to see you here. Welcome to the channel. But yeah, course from English, as usual, we have seen accented just like in English. The number one in its most common pronunciation on its own, so the Chinese one, Ichi. And yeah, so simply the full translation is the course, we could say an implied suru, and so actually a relative clause that surprised also the Mario staff, as in the creators of this game, of Mario games in general. Not sure, but yeah. I'm not sure what's happening there. I will quickly check. I'll maybe try to do this. Also this. Let's see if I can, because I see that I had some issues there. Okay, I hope. No, I see that I'm dropping frames. Okay, let's see if I do this. Okay, let's give it. Okay, I'm not sure what the issue is. Unfortunately, we'll have to do with this. Hope it will run decently now. I see now that it should be fine. Hopefully it will be overall. But yeah, without further ado, let's actually start the level. Okay. See that there is perfect. Let me see. Okay. Now it seems to be fine also there. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, as I mentioned in the title. Oops. Let's get yeah, no, let's actually restart from here. We need all the power-ups we have, as many as possible. Yeah, no, let's hit these. As you have seen, we have the Dragon Kong. We'll try to get them. But yeah, I feel like I missed something by going. Okay, let me quickly. Okay, no, let's try down. Okay, down here. Nope. Okay, so let's actually rewind from here. Well, too bad for that, but okay, actually keeping up would have been better. Yeah, I feel like here I'm losing Dragon Coins. Yeah, let's actually do loop back here. Yeah, no, actually from there I can see it. So let's actually rewind more here. Keep our mushroom. Well, or get it here immediately. Doesn't matter. I wanted first and foremost to get the cape. No, we don't want to activate that for sure. Let me see. Okay, we have another dragon coin up here. Hopefully we are still... we haven't missed any so far. If we have, oh well. Okay, we have another one there. And then lucky it stopped here. Okay. Yeah, you can see... too bad that we don't have Yoshi, so we can play that. Well... Better in the sense that we want... we wanted to keep our dragon coins and finish the level. Yeah, it's too bad overall that we can't play that bonus. But yeah, so far we are fine. Yeah, now we are actually fine also, apparently with the stream. Not sure what happened. Yeah, we have to be more careful here. So actually... rewind here to keep at least this mushroom. Well, I lost it there. Actually, the end is here. So yeah, we missed a coin, but yeah, at this point I actually got the goal. If we have additional time, and so replay the levels to get actually also all the dragon coins, we'll replay it. But we'll see if we'll do that or not. Depends on how much time will be left after finishing these levels and so on. But yeah, we can switch to Luigi. We have another course, as you can see, actually the same name, Mario Staff mo Bikkuri Kousu ni. The course that also the Mario Staff that surprised also the Mario Staff by adapting it, but then only the number changes, the number 2, and so the most common in its most common pronunciation reading, the Chinese one, ni. Yeah, so let's give it a try. Okay. Didn't want to actually press that, and we are actually fine, by the way. Okay, don't think there's anything in this pipe. To be completely sure, I would have to... Okay, no, nothing. Maybe you come out of it, I don't remember this. Because yeah, while I've finished and actually completed in the sense of playing all its levels, getting all the exits before, yeah, these I don't all remember all the contents of certain ones. Especially these later levels. Let's actually, yeah. Yeah, there is a shell here, it's quite annoying. I wanted to hit that to get a mushroom. Then we have to be careful not to immediately lose it again. Yeah, okay, yeah, there's that trap there. You have to be careful. I press... I don't know if I should press the P-switch here or not. Let's actually try it. Yeah, then I get hit by that Koopa shell again. Ah, okay. You needed it for this, so we'll actually check what is up here. Yeah, actually a star. Nice. And we'll defeat all these enemies. And yeah, if you defeat enough of them, then you start... 5 should be... from 5 and above, you start getting 1-ups. Oop. Fell there. Yeah, let's be careful here. can also keep our power up, but yeah, more than anything, not to die, not fall, especially since we have, yeah, jumping on the chips there is for the best actually. You can jump also there. And yeah, we actually got all the dragon coins this time, nice. We'll make the jump here. Nice, some bonus stars, so we'll be able to play the bonus game pretty soon. And yeah, then funny enough, it loops like that. We'll save and continue. As you see, this we have seen it also last time when you have played two of them, the two courses with the same name. Then you get this save menu pops up on its own. So yeah, we'll save and continue. The next level is called. Let's switch to Luigi first. Sorry, from Luigi to Mario. Yeah, it's called Specialisto no Tame no Kosu Ichi. Yeah, first and foremost we have Specialisto. Specialist from English, of course. Let's check its accent just to be sure. Specialisto. Of course, with all the additional vowels, also to search it. But you could search specialist, but then you get also the other words, of course, with the same meaning. But yeah, specialisto, of course, the first, well, the first su and also the second one, because with the U barely heard if at all, because they're between unvoiced consonants. So specialisto. The accent is actually on the ri. So specialist technically. Yeah. So yeah. Technically not like English. At least I'm pretty sure there isn't such a variant, but we can search quickly. Hope we'll be fine there. Okay. Yeah, no. Usually in English it's simply specialist. Yeah, that makes sense since it's the rule. Potentially, so actually from French again. In this case it's a straight French. Consider the accent. Yeah, that the word would be specialist. Specialist. Yeah, as you can hear in French, the accent will be on the li. So yeah, that would be my guess, simply from French. Could be also simply that Japanese moved it on its own. Of course, in this case, would make sense also to not keep it so far from the end of the word, as yeah, Japanese certainly doesn't like doing that technically, even though there are some cases, but yeah. Could be either, oh yeah, specialisto, specialist. Then we have the possessive particle no, of, specialist, specialists. Well, technically in this case, actually, to connect it to tame. Tame, we have seen, has several meanings. The fundamental ones are good, as in advantage, sake, purpose also. Another one is actually consequence, result, effect. So yeah, when you actually use, well, in this case you can keep it like this. But we have seen it also used after verbs So technically you would make a relative clause up to include that verb refer to tame. When used in that way, we have seen that it can be have a final be used to make final clauses. So yeah, in order to literally will be the sake of doing the action of that verb. The other meaning also can be actually used for a causal one. So yeah, because of the meaning, consequence, result, effect. More often than not is actually with the final meaning. So yeah, in order to, and so actually sake, purpose, good, advantage also. Yeah, in our case, for we could simply adapt it, or for even better to keep it closer, for the sake of specialists. Technically in singular here, but as we have seen, English, well, words in Japanese in general can be both singular and plural. You can further specify them being plural with pluralizing suffixes like tachi, we have seen it in this very series, or other ways. But yeah, you can also keep them as is, and they can be either singular or plural. In this case, I'd say technically for a specialist, but yeah, more specialists as in general. Then we have another possessive particle no to connect that to course, so courses, and then attached to the for specialists, for the sake of specialists. Course again, course, and then the number one again, ichi. So yeah, we'll give it a try. Yeah, this one is straight up called for specialists. So oh boy. We'll see how it goes. Even though, funny enough, the start is pretty innocent, pretty easy. Yeah, you might guess that something is up with that. I actually want to keep to get one of those shells. Well, in particular, it's actually the blue one I would like to get. Let me quickly go back. Perfect. Yeah, and then as soon as I say it, then I stomp that Koopa specifically. Let's get rid of that. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I wanted the blue one to fly here if needed. I don't think it will be needed here. I get even the firepower is enough. Yeah, funny enough, so far, technically a course for specialists, but way easier than other ones we have seen, like the fuzzy one we have seen today, or also the P-Balloon one we have seen last time. And that one was supposed to be one of the fun courses. Well, it's fun in a way, but yeah, also pretty difficult actually. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, let's not like that. Be patient, stay there on top, and then jump. Oh yeah, I think actually the issue here is that you have to keep Yoshi. Otherwise you would get stuck with all these Pokies. But yeah, honestly, as you have seen there, if you are careful enough, well, even if you lose Yoshi and you are fast enough, you can get him back. So yeah, honestly, not as bad. Yeah, let's get Yoshi back. And then hit that. Yeah, we can actually then get also the bonus game. Mushrooms, let's see what we got here. Well, I should actually hit one of them at least. Yeah, only hit one of them literally. Yeah, then by missing the time after that, I start getting other things. Let's see. Too bad about that 5 flower. Would have got at least 2 1-ups if it were a mushroom. Had it been a mushroom. Yeah, we switch to Luigi. Yeah, this is simply called still, as you have seen, this is the pattern, 2 courses with the same name and then another set and so on. Yeah, this one is called again Specialisto no Tame no Kosu ni. Yeah, a course for the sake of specialists and then the number 2. Okay, let's give it a try. Yeah, funny enough, this one we're underwater. Not the best as Yoshi here. Okay, let's get rid of the amazing flying. The amazing Hammer Bros should be in the Japanese, the English name. We have seen that in Japanese they're simply called appare. So, funny enough, the amazing part from English comes from that. I missed the mushroom there and I don't want to do that. Okay, let's keep the mushroom. Okay, then the tide goes down. Okay. I want the feather here, definitely. Yeah, you can jump also on them, but it's more difficult considering that. Okay, let's actually try to do better here. By defeating that, like that, let's keep the cape. Well, not keep the cape at this point, but at least get rid of that. So yeah, the gimmick here is the tide. Cool idea, I have to say. But yeah, also annoying, of course, because of the controls underwater. Compared to when you're on land. Oh yeah, let's continue here. But yeah, at the same time, a really cool idea. By the way, it's actually also, there's a current because it's pushing you back. So that's why you also go slower. But yeah, really, really nice. And honestly, still less annoying than the fuzzy stage we have tackled today. And technically also the P-switch, the P-balloon one. Let's defeat these. I haven't seen the other coin. So I feel that, yeah, I would have missed it. Oh well. Okay, we make the jump then. Yeah, with that, we got past the set. We save and continue again. We switch to Mario. And yeah, here we have the so-called Championship no Kosu 1. And yeah, simply championship from English. We check its accent. But in this case, I actually straight up simply type championship, even though, of course, we find all the related Japanese or from Chinese, but then adapted into Japanese terms. Yeah, championship. And actually also accented on the it's accented on the C. So championship. I actually at this point I think it might be simply a change simply in Japanese. Yeah, the accent of championship is championship in English. Yeah, my guess is that it's a change in Japanese just to not keep the accent so far from the end of the word. Championship, more natural for Japanese. But yeah. So yeah, straight up simply championship. Then we have the possessive particle no to connect it to course, the usual course. So yeah, championship course in English we can simply literally would be in Japanese championship is the course or course of championship. Yeah, championship course. And then the number one again, it's it. So yeah, let's give it a try.
Let's go!
Yeah, let's actually not lose Yoshi immediately. Funny enough, we are here in this forest. Yeah, we had that fire there. Be careful about that in particular. Let's wait for Yoshi to come back. Too bad that I got hit there. Yeah, waiting here is not the best. Okay, yeah, let's make the jump like that. Yeah. Okay, let's rewind and keep our fire flower if possible. Yeah, getting stuck there because I wanted to keep Yoshi if possible. Not the best. Yeah, then you start getting shot by so many bullet bills here. So yeah, that's the gimmick clearly of this course.
Just what I needed.
And you actually need the spring. So yeah, we'll go back to get it. It's here luckily. We'll go to get it then. Then I think you simply have to make the jump there with a bullet bill to be able to carry it. And yeah, okay, let's rewind quite a lot here now that we know. But too bad that I lost the fire flower there, but it doesn't matter. Okay.
Just what I needed.
As soon as I actually got the yeah, unfortunately I can't get on Yoshi. Well, the annoying part, yeah, is the fire and everything going on. So yeah, this one is definitely more difficult. Yeah, this one makes sense. Yeah, having Yoshi helps. Also because, as you might have noticed, we ate the fire. There I made the jump, but then I failed. Okay, let's... Perfect, this time. But then then I lost the spring somewhere. Okay, I think I simply dropped it there, but yeah. No, actually it disappeared. Okay, there's something weird going on with the Wiggler there. Or Yoshi straight up. I forgot about that thing. Let's actually be careful then. Yeah, let's drop the spring there. Set it once more with Yoshi, but then drop it. Okay, let's do it properly here. I was convinced that I could eat Wiggers with Yoshi, but I might be simply for remembering. Okay, no, I was correct. Was simply missing with all everything going on here. Be careful here. Yeah, it's okay, perfect. Make the jump. Drop the spring here. Well, here is good enough. Yeah, so we can actually proceed here. Here we have to use the blocks. Funny enough, we have the enemies from those blocks. Okay, without the power up, it's quite annoying there. Ah, okay, then they give you a Yoshi there. Oh yeah, we need this again. Not keeping Yoshi though might not be wise. Yeah, let's get Yoshi back. Let's wait for the blocks. Well, wait. Fortunately, I have to keep them on screen here. Yeah, to then make the jump, because otherwise they don't come this way. Let's get the mushroom. Okay, no, the dragon coin is straight up there, so we simply have to be careful. Yeah, then you have to defeat that to use these to make the jump. Surprisingly, you also got some bonus stars. Nice. Okay, so we switch to Luigi. Last but not least, as you might have noticed, yeah, we have tackled all the spaces that then became levels. We have championship no course ni. So yeah, again, championship course, and then number 2 ni. Yeah, let's give it a try.
Let's go.
Okay, interesting that I forgot about this. Notice that plus 20 by eating these. So yeah, you get 20 additional seconds by eating that fruit with Yoshi. Completely forgot about that mechanic, to be completely honest. Okay, let's wait and then make the jump. Well, I'd like to eat one of these. It's easier said than done, but well, actually it's easier if we do it like this. Perfect. So yeah, that we can fly. So actually make it way easier. Oof. Lost Yoshi there. Ah. Actually wanted to keep that. Let's be careful here. Let's move here. Get rid of that old mushroom. I do want the fruit here though. Okay, let's do it like this then. Eat the fruit. Eat a shell, or put it in the mouth. To be precise. Okay. Okay, simply to then for that. Let's defeat the KK. Not lose Yoshi, thank you. Yeah, you could technically come down from here also if you have a mushroom, which we had before this. Okay, that's... I would like the extra time. Not at the cost of Yoshi, clearly, but... also because, yeah, we need Yoshi for it. these charging jacks throwing baseballs are annoying. And we have those. Let's get rid of this other KK. Let's wait a second here. We get more seconds. Okay, simply coins. And we fly again thanks to Yoshi here. Funny enough, you can't go past here, so you have to tackle. Well, we can use the shell like that, though, to get rid of the charging jack. Perfect. Okay. So, funny enough, still this course, well, especially with Yoshi here, but also the other one at the Yoshi, straight up had it inside the level, but yeah, the previous one was even worse. Yeah, well, this part, which is quite annoying. Oh yeah, we got all the dragon coins, and yeah, now we get you are a super player. And yeah, it's then 2 exclamation marks. So yeah, with that, we'll get the goal. Also the stars, since we can. So yeah, funny enough, we end up with 69 stars there. And yeah, by doing that, we get this cutscene with Luigi throwing out those. Ooh. Got the screenshot of that, we'll check it in a second, even though I think it in part is similar to the message we saw at the start of the special zone in the first level, but we'll see. Yeah, Luigi keeps throwing those. Mario comes up. Both there on the blimp, on the air balloon. And yeah, congratulations. We'll push start. We'll save and continue for now. But yeah, first, let's check the message. Oh yeah, the second part is actually similar, but we'll check it fully then. Oh yeah, first and foremost, this says Mario tachi wa subete no goru o mitsukemashita. First we have Mario Tachi. Mario, the name of our protagonist. Tachi, the pluralizing suffix already mentioned. When added, the accent is always before Tachi itself, so yeah, Mario Tachi. Low, high, high, and then low, low for Tachi itself. Mario and Ko. Then we have the topic particle wa, written as ha. As for Mario and Ko. Then we have subete. We have seen it before. Don't remember if it also in this very series, but it means all. Technically, a noun then becomes, as we can see also here, a noun which can take the possessive particle, the genitive case particle no, to make in practice an adjective. So yeah, literally noun plus possessive particle structure, but in practice an adjective, all, something, every, all. Subete comes from suberu, actually. A verb which has 2 meanings: to rule over, to govern, to command, to control. The second one is to integrate, to consolidate, to unite, to incorporate. And yeah, most likely, in this case, it's actually the second meaning, so especially the to unite part. Suberu accented, it's a ru verb, it's a verb, so we can drop the ru to make the continuative form and then add te to make the te form. The accent then moves, the accent of accented verbs is on the second to last syllable, usually simply mora, but technically syllable. The one of the te form is on the third to last mora syllable. Again, if it can stay on longer vowels, doubling of the following consonant on n on its own, so then it moves. So actually, technically, it's the syllable that is considered. It moves on the previous one, if available. So if not, it goes to the following one. But yeah, so that's why subete is accented on the first mora, high, low, low, because yeah, it actually comes from the verb, even though nowadays it uses, they use different kanji. And yeah, technically, te form, we've seen some of te forms used as nouns for the corresponding nouns. Usually that's not the rule, but there are some cases in which that's the case, like, yeah, here. Yeah, in our case, so all of something, which in our case is goru, goal. We've seen it before, it should be accented just like in English, but we'll quickly check. It is. We have then the object particle o, written as wo, and pronounced as such in careful speech and also singing. And then we have mitsuke mashita, from mitsukeru, a compound verb from miru, to see, to look at, to watch. Ru verb is a verb, so we can drop the ru to make the continuative form, and then attach the second part of the compound, tsukeru. Accented, notice that tsu, the u barely heard if at all, because it's between unvoiced consonants, so tsukeru. To attach, to join, to connect, to add, to append, to affix, and so on, to stick. So yeah, literally would be to attach, technically, seeing. So you can, because of that, you get the meaning to find, to discover, to come across, to spot. And yeah, that's most likely why then, to spot. We have those original verbs combined to make this one, and so on. Be careful though, because tsukeru is accented as mentioned, but mitsukeru is unaccented. Luckily, most verbs we have seen that are actually accented just like the second verb part of the compound, but yeah, that's not always the case, and mitsukeru is one of those exceptions. Mitsukeru, just like tsukeru, is a ru verb, it's a verb, so we can drop the ru to make the continuative form. In this case, required to add mashita. So yeah, the auxiliary verb, mas, here in its mashita form. So actually the past form of mas makes sense, since yeah, you change the u into i to make technically would, which most likely originally was a continuative form, and then add ta. Or if you follow the rules, it's a verb, godan verb. So yeah, change the it's in su, and so becomes sta. With the I barely heard if at all, because it's between unvoiced consonants. Yeah, mas in general is the auxiliary verb used to make the polite form of verbs. Here it's simply in the past. Yeah, so the polite form of this verb in the past, in the affirmative. Yeah, so the translation is, as for Mario and Co, they have found all the goals, and then after that we have omedetou, the expression used for congratulations in Japanese, actually the full expression would be omedetou gozaimasu. It comes from medetashi, technically. I don't remember it. We have seen it before. Well, technically, there's also, nowadays it would be medetai. I mentioned medetashi because it's the classical form, because it's actually found in the expression medetashi, found at the end of fairy tales, fables. It's like and they lived all happily ever after, technically, in its usage. The accent, can't find it there. I'll quickly check it in the physical dictionary. But yeah, nowadays it's medetai. The shi is the ending for classical, in classical adjectives, I adjectives nowadays, shi adjectives then, oshiku, but never mind that. So yeah, medetai means happy, auspicious, propitious, joyous. So yeah, you can see why then it gets that meaning, repeated twice for emphasis in such tales. I wanted to quickly check it though, if I can find it. Medetai on its own would be accented. Let me quickly find here on the physical dictionary to check it. Okay, yeah, found it. Technically, the accent for medetashi, the she, by the way, barely heard if at all at the end, considered the unvoiced consonant before it, and is also considered before pauses, technically. Yeah, the accent would technically be on the de twice, because yeah, there's also a pause. But nowadays also pronounced with the accent on the ta, just like the modern word, the modern counterpart. But yeah. Happy, auspicious, propitious, joyous. Here, in addition, we have the honorific prefix o before it. But then the change would be to get to omedetou gozaimasu. Medeta, we drop the i and add ku, the adverbial form of the verb, also used for further conjugation. Medeta ku. To add then gozaimasu. Gozaru, the honorific form of aru. To be specific, yeah, technically, well, more like honorific form in general. In this case, it's peculiar gozaru. Yeah, accented on its own, to be as in to exist. The meaning is the same as aru, technically on its own used for inanimate objects, so literal objects, places, concepts, and so on. Also used with adjectives for conjugation. In this case, we add it to specify that it's an honorific form. And then also gozaru, we technically drop the ru and add i. Most likely actually we changed the u into i to get gozari, but then the r fell, so only i remained, as actually is the case for several honorific verbs as we have seen before. Not sure if also in this very series, but in general. Gozai, so yeah, continuative form to then add mas, gozaimasu. But why we get omede to gozaimasu, to u, so long o then, because actually mede ta ku, then the k dropped, mede ta u, but yeah, because of the further evolution of the language, a u became long o, and so yeah, that's why we get omede to gozaimasu. Yeah, here simply omede to. I think it's accented though in its form like this. Yeah, it's unaccented, despite medetai, as we have seen, accented on its own. So yeah, be careful. Unfortunately, the honorific prefix o can change the accent like that, as we have seen before. Oh yeah, after that it says Skoshi atarashi kyoryu rando ga tanoshimemasu. This is the part that's similar to what we have seen at the start of the special zone. First and foremost, we have Skoshi. The U barely heard if at all of the Su, because it's between our voice consonants. It's an adverb that means a little, and so on, but yeah, a little in this case. Atarashi, an adjective, which means new, accented, cioè a little new, and then followed by a noun, kyoryu rando. And yeah, we have seen it before. Kyoryu is a Chinese compound, literally fearsome dragon, but it's actually used for dinosaur. Yeah, you can see why. Unaccented, like most Chinese compounds. Rando from English land, and lucky accented like that on the ra. Then we have the subject particle ga. Last but not least, we have the verb tanoshimemasu from tanoshimu. Accented should be, but we'll check. Means to enjoy, to take pleasure in, to have a good time, to have fun, to amuse oneself. Originally also to look forward to, but we have seen that nowadays usually only when we make the continuative form and so the corresponding noun for that meaning, to enjoy, let's say. It's worth mentioning that as the fundamental meaning also because it's a transitive verb, so we'll take the object particle. In this case it doesn't, because tanoshimu is a u verb, golden verb. So we can change the u into e and then add ru. Here not can be seen because of further conjugation, to make the potential form of the verb. To be able to enjoy, can enjoy. We could say also the dinosaur land is enjoyable. Technically, it's not exactly that, but that actually gives you an idea why actually the potential form of verbs usually, sometimes they might not stick to the rule, but usually it takes the subject particle where you would usually use the object particle. Yeah, tanoshimeru, can enjoy, still accented. Potential form of verbs are verbs, it's and verbs, so we can drop the ru to make the continuative form. In this case, simply to add mas again to make the polite form of the verb. So yeah, the translation here is you can enjoy a slightly new dinosaur land. Oh yeah, actually get back to the game. Switch to Mario, but it doesn't matter. Here it says we're on this Star Road, and it says Star Road Yoshi no Ie he. Yeah, first and foremost Star Road. So yeah, Star Road. The accent of the two words on their own is the same as in English. So on the ta for star, road on the row. Most likely we keep only the row as mentioned because technically it becomes a compound. Then we have Yoshi, which is Japanese name. Notice only the doubling of the consonant and the longer vowel. No, the possessive particle. Ie, which means house. Accent on the last syllable. Then we have the particle e, written as he, two words. So yeah, to Star Road, the full translation, Star Road to Yoshi's house. We actually take it. And yeah, that actually happens. Actually, let me do a little thing before, just in case I want to keep it, even though doubt it. Oh yeah, okay, take it. Yeah, as you can see, the overworld changes color. We'll quickly take a peek in a course. Just for a second. Yeah, inside the level, colors are the same. But if we encounter... Yeah, for example, the piranha plants there, yeah, they have those masks. And yeah, so we have that change in the overworld by taking that Star Road after the change of the color in the overworld, and also some enemies like the piranha plants there. Too bad I can, yeah. These are actually the shells, but yeah, they become Mario masks. So yeah, that's the change. Actually, let's not get it here, doesn't matter. But yeah, so I wanted to quickly show that. We save and end. Yeah, as you can see, the color then changes also here in the intro. I quickly show our results here. Yeah, technically it says extra word 1 there. I don't think you can see there, by the way, you have all unlocked. Okay, yeah, this is the other difference that we can actually show quickly. By doing that, as you have seen, we didn't have it before, now we have this arrow. So yeah, then you can actually select courses like this. And yeah, so you can work there immediately. Yeah, we walk back to Yoshi's house, save and exit. The progress we have already seen. So yeah, we can end it here. And yes, so today we checked out the remaining enemies in the enemy list. And actually finished, and so completed the special zone. And technically the game, not including the dragon coins, but yeah, considering we have done that, I'd say we can actually end this series here. So yeah, next time we should be on Wednesday, unless plans change. We'll actually start a new series. And yeah, since it's finally also on Switch, I was thinking of finally playing a mainline Pokemon game. In particular, Fire Red, yeah, because it's finally here. So yeah, see you on Wednesday for the start of that new series. And yeah, see you next time.